Hey y'all, what's up? So it's your girl Sunray coming at you guys with another prophetic teaching from our in-depth analysis of the book of James. Alright, so today we are focusing on self-righteousness or being self-righteous, okay? So before I go into the scripture for this particular teaching, I did want to go over what does it mean to be self-righteous, alright? So self-righteous, it's the person that is very selfishly motivated. They view their own opinions, their thoughts, their ideas, their methods over anything that anyone else may say. And it's this form of pride that comes with being self-righteous. Now you're probably like, okay, so how does this relate to the teaching today? Well, as Christians, we are meant to be righteous, but we are not meant to be self-righteous, all right? So that righteousness is what comes from the salvation of Jesus dying on the cross for us, right? But the self-righteousness is you kind of saying, and then also too, let me say this too, the righteousness, it enables you, the righteousness of Jesus, it enables you to carry your cross and follow the will that God has for your life, not your own will. That is how that differs from self-righteousness, because if you believe what you think and what you want and what you desire and what you want to see happen for your life, if you believe that that's more important than any other opinion out there, then you are walking a very short path. You're walking a path to destruction, because we know that things that are selfishly motivated or things that cause chaos and confusion do not come from God, right? So if a person is self-righteous, they're really looking God in his face and saying,
yeah, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I want to do. I see the Bible, I see all that stuff, it's good and everything, but what I want for my life and what I want to do is better.
So that is the attitude of being self-righteous. It's a person that chooses their own will over the Lord's will. And in this series, Developing a Godly Character, we want to make sure we are visiting this concept and not being self-righteous, because our life is not our own. I gotta say this. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I choose I give myself to you. Yeah. Come on, one more time. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Essentially, that's how we want to be, okay? All right, now let's get into the scripture. Y'all ain't come here for all of that. All right, so we are going to James 4, 13 through 17, all right? Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow, we will go to such and such a city, spend a year there, buy and sell, and make a profit. Whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that. But now you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. Therefore, to him who knows to do good and does not do it, to him it is a sin. All right, so let's go ahead and break this down. So first, he says, and I love James. He like, we will go to such and such place. That's all I mean. We're going to such and such teaching and such, you know. Okay, anywho, y'all. So what he's saying here is like, you do not know what will happen tomorrow. So it's not that you're making plans for your day tomorrow. You're making plans for your day tomorrow without adding God in it, without seeking God, without confirming whether that's what God wills for you. Because what if tomorrow you talking about, oh girl, I'm gonna go to Africa, I'm finna go visit my peoples, I'm finna go do this, that, and the third, and God, like, tomorrow I wanted you to meet your kingdom spouse, or tomorrow I have this house that I wanted to bless you with, or tomorrow I have this teaching that I need to put into your spirit so that it is nurtured by the soil that I have you in right now. Tomorrow I need to talk to you about the season you're in. Do you see how all of those different things can be so much better than just, I love my people in Africa. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying a lot of people use trips or different things like that. Like, oh, tomorrow I'm doing this, tomorrow I'm doing that, tomorrow I'm doing that. James says, do you not realize, and I even remember, I forgot who wrote this. Was it who wrote the Songs of Solomon, or isn't that what it's called? Yeah, because in there was even a statement about it being fleeting, how life is very fleeting. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is, we could literally be here 1 second and gone the next. We thank God for his grace and favor that he keeps us here and allows us to fulfill our purposes. However, at the end of the day, we do not know what tomorrow will bring. So how are we sitting here already saying like, okay, God, well, tomorrow, not even God, girl, tomorrow I'm doing this, that, and the third, and whatnot. But that's appearing self-righteous. Why? Because it's what you will for your life. You haven't taken a second to ask God what he wants you to do the next day. There's no planning with God in it. Because isn't there also a scripture that says God laughs at the plans that we make? Because the thing is we can make a plan, but God is truly the one that's going to order our steps. You know what I'm saying? We can make a plan all we want to, but I'm pretty sure somebody can tell you their testimony in the comments about plans that they have made where God has really showed them like who really the planner here, who really the way maker here. You know what I mean? So yeah, another thing he says is, he said, instead you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that. Because it is a form of arrogance, because you straight up telling God what you're going to do tomorrow, when he's the one that gave you breath into your body for you to even do what you're trying to do on your own. So long story short, you guys, I'm just saying, do not be self-righteous. To be self-righteous is an arrogance. To be self-righteous is a selfishness. It's where you are selfishly motivated in your heart, where you are desiring to do what you want to do. It's a heart that is prideful. We know that God elevates the humble. In order to be humble, you guys, what you need to do is, okay, God, these are the plans that I have for my life tomorrow. But if you will for these to happen, then they will. However, whatever it is that you are willing for me to do in this time, show me and I will do it. You're humbling yourself. You're showing God like, okay, I do got plans, but I know the plans you have are greater. For I know come on y'all, the whole church know this. For I know the plans that I have for you, okay? So I just really wanted to talk about that, because also another thing that I did want to address while we are here, I get a lot of emails about prayers or text messages about prayers, and you guys are praying for very specific things, which there's nothing wrong to pray for specific things. But it'll be like, I'm praying for God to give me a house, and for him to give me the money for this, and for him to give me this, and for him to give me this. But nowhere in there, in that prayer, do you say, Sunray, can you pray for God's will to be done into my life? You know? And so I listen to what you guys are saying. I carry those concerns in my heart when I go to God in prayer. But when I pray to God, I ask for God's will to be done in your life. Whatever it is that is blocking his will from being done, I pray for those blocks to be removed. I pray for any hindrances or strongholds to be removed. But more importantly, I pray for God's will to be done, because I know how dangerous of a prayer it is to pray and tell God, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Thank you, may God bless you. Like, what? And I know y'all don't mean no harm by it, but I definitely just wanted to take this time to use this teaching to educate you as into why that is not a good thing to pray in that way, okay? But yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next teaching video. I pray that you have a great day.